Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generation discussion. Today, I want to bring your attention to something that's been lost in all this hype of Sarada's new time skip design, which is something that is in regards to Sasuke Uchiha that should have a lot of Sasuke fans perking their heads up a little bit because of just what this is hinting at for the future of Sasuke, or rather what is flat out telling us for the future of Sasuke. So, as we all remember, V-Jump magazine had previously spent the last few months doing recaps with additional information for Boruto's manga, and in the most recent V-Jump magazine issue, we learned the name of Boruto Part 2 will be called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, and we saw Sarada with her official time skip design. So people's minds have been rightfully on that. However, just underneath that, we also have information about Sasuke that nearly gave me a heart attack when I saw it. So the promotional information says that Sasuke, who was in position to be taken, was, and it trails off, and it also says that the one who was waiting for Sasuke is. This is pretty huge because it signals the potential that Boruto Part 2 isn't going to start off a lot slower like how Naruto Part 2 actually did from Naruto Volume 28 onward, where the Kazekage Rescue arc and the Tenchi Bridge arc, they both dragged in terms of pacing, especially Tenchi Bridge, but this instead presents the possibility of Boruto Part 2 starting off with a fight right off the bat with Sasuke seemingly taking center stage, and honestly from a narrative perspective, this makes sense to have Sasuke and by extension Boruto sucked into a conflict right away. Sasuke had previously told Boruto that even with Ada refusing to use her Sharingan to assist Konoha in locating them, that they still need to keep on the move because Konoha would continue to hunt them down. Boruto because he was the one accused of killing Naruto and his wife Hinata. Sasuke because he helped the accused killer of the Hokage flee from the village and execution for his crimes. The idea of someone eventually being able to track them down makes sense, and it's something that we speculated on in the past, that coming out of the time skip it would make sense to have someone like Mitsuki or even Himawari be one of the first ones to encounter Boruto and Sasuke coming out of the time skip, so we can see that massive jump in power that the other characters have made while also seeing the fruits of the labor for Boruto's own training. However, now that we have this information that there is someone waiting for Sasuke and that he's in position to be taken right now, it brings up the question of who exactly this could be and what are the narrative ramifications for this. Looking back at it, this does pay off some of the foreshadowing that we had towards the end of Boruto Part 1, where Sasuke stated that the next one between himself and Boruto to test the resolve for the village would be himself. Then afterwards, we see Sarada awaken her Mangekyo Sharingan and she pled with Sasuke to protect Boruto, which led to Sasuke saving Boruto from being captured and executed, something that he admitted might have been a huge mistake, but nevertheless, he was going to trust in his daughter and give Boruto the opportunity to prove him wrong and to prove Sarada right, that Boruto is Naruto's son. What better way to have Sasuke show his faith in Sarada's words and how much he's grown to believe in Boruto than to have Sasuke be forced to fight against Konoha Shinobi and protect Boruto's location. It would give us a chance to see Sasuke fight without the Rinnegan, something we haven't seen extensively yet, while also allowing us to see how insane the power creeps are about to be for the Boruto generation, because if any of them grow to a level where they can tag EMS adult Sasuke even once, that's a sign of a massive power increase. But if they end up pressuring Sasuke, that's going to set the stage for us to start looking at Kakashi's power up between the 5 Kage summit to the 4th Ninja War, where he went from being able to barely use combo once to spamming the Sharingan and Mangekyo Sharingan for a full day, fighting in constant battles before he even got Naruto to give him some of his chakra. Anything that can make Kakashi's massive power-ups look like child's play, or the power-ups that took the Boruto Kage from being elite Jonin, in some cases being Kage level, to knocking on the door to Ten Tails level so they can be strong enough to gang up and fight against Otsutsuki, is absolutely insane, but it's not something that should shock any of us. As Boruto fans, we know that time skips are a perfect time to improve yourself and break your bad habits, like Tsunade explained to Sakura when they were training, but Boruto isn't the only one in the time skip breaking habits right now. So are you and I, but we aren't talking about using ninjutsu. We're talking about the sponsor of today's video, Fume, because they look at the problem of bad habits in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so instead of being drastic or extreme, just take the bad out of your bad habit. Fume is an innovative award-nominated device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air, and instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses natural, delicious flavors. You don't have to be a genius like Boruto to get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy, and it makes replacing your bad habit as easy as Naruto found a way to talk no jutsu Zabuza. Your Fume comes comes with an easy to use adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while you're breaking your habit. Best of all, you got plenty of options for cores to choose from raspberry lemon to orange vanilla, both of which not only smell amazing, but they slap, especially the raspberry lemon. That's full-bodied lemonade with a hint of berries inside of it. There's nothing better than using a super flavorful raspberry lemon core while relaxing, where you're reading some manga and enjoying your fume by turning pages and playing with the smooth wood on your fume and adjusting the airflow with the simple twist. Stopping is something that we've all put off because it's hard, but switching to fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume by accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up one of the journey packs today. Head over to tryfume.com/NarutoExplain or scan the QR code and use the code NarutoExplain to get 10% off your journey pack today. That's tryfum.com and use my promo code NarutoExplain to save an additional 10% off your order today. So what I've done here is I compiled a list of the people who I think are going to be the most impactful to see Sasuke in a confrontation with, and I've ranked them from least likely to most likely, but I do believe each of these character interactions has potential for a major shift in the story moving forward, and so I want to spend some time on each of them. First up, we have Mitsuki finding Sasuke and confronting him. I love this possibility because Mitsuki is one of the people who was seeking out Boruto following the news of Naruto's death, and the idea that Mitsuki might have placed a snake on Boruto without Boruto realizing it would actually be something of a big brain of enough play to actually pay off at a later date. The other thing is that having Mitsuki confront Sasuke and fight would allow us to see right away if Mitsuki's reached his goal of being strong to fight against Otsutsuki, so that he could actually assist Boruto in the future without being a burden. Before the mind swap happened and Mitsuki thought that Kawaki was Naruto's son. The other thing that this does is it allows us to potentially see that Sarada's right there with Mitsuki, and that's going to be interesting because it would have forced Sarada to fight against her father seriously enough to not raise Mitsuki's suspicions, and most importantly, it would also set the stage for Konohamaru and Kawaki to be somewhere in the area as well, because unless Mitsuki and Sarada are now joining with their own squads to lead, it's likely that they're going to be accompanied by Konohamaru and Kawaki, which if that's the case, that's going to be yikes, because Kawaki versus Sasuke, with Kawaki being likely stronger than before, it's going to be really interesting. Even if Sasuke already knows about the powers and the weakness to Kawaki having Ishiki's dojutsu and his karma, it's no use knowing the counter to someone's abilities if you're too weak to take advantage of them. Now, the next person I think is likely to be the one to confront Sasuke is actually going to be the wild card. It's going to be Code. I think this one holds a lot of narrative implications simply for the fact that Code is someone who hasn't made his move in months in real time, and in universe, he's gone years without making a move. Right now, as an antagonist, Kawaki has a lot more heat than Code. Code, as an antagonist, hasn't lived up to his potential yet, and the idea of him finally coming out of hiding and going right at Sasuke would be something of an interesting option, because Sasuke in the manga and the anime has actively hunted down Code, but he's never found him yet. Sasuke is also someone who's on Code's kill list in order to avenge the death of Ishiki Otsutsuki by killing everyone who played a role in Ishiki's death, so Sasuke is one of those names. This would also be something that comes right out of left field, and it would grab the attention of the readers. Going into Naruto's time skip, everyone thought the Akatsuki was just going to be this group of rogue ninjas that was going after Naruto alone. We at the time had no idea what a Jinchuriki was, or that Gar was actually a Jinchuriki like Naruto. There was no official confirmation of that up until that point. It's what made Deidara and Sasori showing up in the Land of Wind stand out so much, because it was one, new lore, and two, it was a good benchmark to show us how strong these Akatsuki people were. We previously seen Itachi bodying elite Jonin from Konoha, but having Deidara take down someone as strong as Gar, someone who we had saw battle in a mighty battle against Naruto in part 1, and do so without even having to use his full power against Gar, though he was fighting Gar in the village and using the village against him, but also doing so in a strategic way. That was an instant way to generate instant heat for the members of the Akatsuki and put readers on notice. Code is in need of that same level of heat. What good is it for him to have all this hype getting his limiters removed, only for Damon to go, "Isn't that cute? You're definitely stronger than Jigen, but you're still a lot weaker than me," and then proceeds to slap Code around the same way that Adam 22 watched another grown man slap his wife's butt cheeks on camera, making him feel every bit of out of place as Kadarius Toney feels when he isn't on the injury report because of his hamstring or his knees or whatever injury the dude has. The next person who it makes sense to see confront Sasuke is going to be Kawaki. We know that Kawaki is not going to give up on hunting down Boruto, and he knows that Boruto's strong love for Sasuke is going to be the fastest way, or one of the fastest ways, to bring Boruto out of hiding, because this would allow for him to attack Sasuke and bring Boruto out of hiding. Most likely, Boruto thinking irrationally due to wanting to save Sasuke's life. Kawaki is calculated enough to actually make that decision. We know that following the sealing away of Naruto, that he waited for a time at Naruto's home for Boruto before choosing to intercept him at the Hokage monument instead. This would be something that would, however, make you look at the lore that we've been given and immediately call into question how Kawaki was even able to find the location. If it was something as simple as his Karma Seal and Boruto's Karma Seal continued to resonate, so Kawaki's able to track him down, that would be fine. However, if that's the case, he could simply just go looking for Boruto. There would not be a need to track down Sasuke. Ada isn't going to look for Boruto or Kawaki in order to keep her promise to Boruto until Boruto and Sasuke returns to the village. Then at that point, all bets are off and she's working for Konoha. Sasuke versus Kawaki would be a very dangerous battle, and it will be one that makes me wonder if Sasuke's approach this time is actually going to be different. Naruto and Sasuke during the battle with Jigen, they had one sole opportunity where they could have killed Jigen, and that one missed opportunity is what allowed them to get dog walked, because Sasuke found the weakness to Jigen's karma that even Jigen himself didn't know about, which is that when Jigen shrank down, he cannot absorb jutsu as fast or move as quickly as before. He's basically a sitting duck waiting to be shot, and had Sasuke not taken the time to monitor Jigen's reaction to see if his suspicion was correct, he could have just killed Jigen right then and there. Granted, that would have resulted in Ishiki reviving in Jigen's body and Naruto and Sasuke would have died, but this time it's different. Sasuke doesn't have to worry about any of that. Kawaki isn't going to be reborn unless he's given someone else the Karma Seal. Kawaki also is likely unaware of this weakness of combining Sukuna Hikona with the Karma Seal, which means that Sasuke would have one opportunity to do some major damage to Kawaki if a battle arose, where Sasuke could do near lethal damage to Kawaki, stopping short of just killing him, despite the fact that Sasuke is a lot weaker than Kawaki. However, while I personally hope, and I'm putting my bets on the fact that this is just going to be Ada showing up to brief Boruto and Sasuke after the lengthy time skip, I'm curious to know who you guys think is actually going to confront Boruto and Sasuke in chapter 81, like the promotional material actually teased.